The humble sardine, high in protein, omega-3, sustainable, but above all, they are delicious. And one of my favourite ways of serving them is simply on toast. And I'm going to give this a bit of a Sicilian twist by adding a sweet and sour component to it using some currants and some pickled onions. So let's talk about our sardines first. I love these ones that are in spring water, and I've just drained them. Because I'm going to be adding some mayonnaise, the oil component is there, so I like these to be in spring water. Now, because sardines are an oily fish, they can stand up to lots of flavours. Usually when I talk about fish, I talk about very delicate flavours, but sardines love big, bold flavours like pecorino and pickled onions. It works so well together. So these pickled onions, classic pickled onion from your supermarket, they come in a jar, they last forever in the fridge, and they're great with sardines. So finely chop it. You can add as little or as much as you like. I think one of these is plenty. Just run your knife through it a few times just to get it as fine as possible into the bowl. To that, we'll add some mayonnaise, a big generous spoonful, and some currants. So this is the sweet component of the dish, finely chopped. In Sicily, they particularly love this flavour with sardines. So a dried fruit like the raisin, along with crunchy, creamy pine nuts. So a sprinkle of pine nuts in there. I'm also going to reserve some for the top. And then the hit of pecorino. I love pecorino cheese with this. You could also use Parmesan cheese. So a good amount of that can go in. And this is kind of like a tuna melt, if you like. So this is going to be baked on toast in the oven. Great. A little parsley for some freshness. Scrunch it all up, and then we'll finally chop it. Okay, in it goes. And I'm going to add a small pinch of salt because there's already a bit of salt in the mayonnaise and the sardines. So a little pinch and some freshly cracked pepper. And I'm going to give that a really good mix, and you can break up those sardines so we've got a nice even consistency throughout this mixture. All right, for the toast, I've got some thick cut white bread. I'm going to leave the crust on at this stage. I want to cut it at the end so it's nice and tidy. So we'll grab our lovely sardine mixture, and I'm just going to spread that quite generously onto our bread. Oh, this is going to be so good. And the next one, it's the perfect amount for 2 pieces, which will make 8 small little canapés after I cut each slice into quarters. Okay. Next, we'll grab a serrated knife for this and carefully cut the sides off. So we're just trimming everything up. And the last little side. And then you can cut this into any shape you like. I'm going to do triangles, but you could also do squares. So again, with the serrated knife, we're going to cut that. My bread is a couple of days old. It makes such a difference. If the bread is too fresh, then it's going to squash down. So a few days old is what we're after. Then again, cutting that into another triangle. And we've got the perfect little canapé there. So this goes onto a tray. And what I like to do is just sprinkle over a few more of those pine nuts, so we've got a crunchy topping, and a little bit more pecorino over the top, so as it cooks in the oven, it's going to melt. Now this won't take long at all in the oven. I've got it set to 180 degrees, and they're going to take about 8 to 10 minutes or until they're golden brown and bubbly and that cheese is melted. Well, don't these look fantastic? I love how they're golden on the top and just set, which is what you want. The wonders of mayonnaise. Because it's been mixed with that mayonnaise, it's held nicely. And I just like to place this on a decorative plate like this one. a glass of Chardonnay maybe with the girls coming over. That is a great little canapé. Very simple to do. And I don't know about you, but I always have a can of sardines in the pantry, so it's so easy to prepare. Move over prawn toast. It's all about Sicilian style sardines on toast. It's got a good ring to it, doesn't it?